What's up, guys? Connor Riley back here with another video, and today this is like a new kind of series here. Basically, it's gonna be kind of like the interviews I did, but more like advice towards me, I guess, or like any inspiring wrestlers out there. So the first person to do it here with me is none other than the Latin heartthrob Gino. Say what's up.
What's up?
What's up? So basically, I'm just going to be asking you questions, and you basically just answer and put advice in there, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All right?
Sounds good.
So this is kind of like just going to be like a normal first question. It's not really going to be advice either, but this is just going to be like a normal question that everybody asks is, what made you want to become a professional wrestler?
For me, man, it's always been because of my dad. Since I was a kid, I don't even remember being in wrestling. So it's been in my life since I was a little kid. So I just can't think of anything else that I would want to do, you know. And then plus, I feel like if I wasn't, if my dad wasn't a wrestler or whatever, I feel like I would somehow would have ended up doing this. I don't know, because when I started doing it, when I started training and whatnot, it just felt like something I was kind of meant to do, So it was like, okay. I was thinking about that. I'm like, okay, if my dad wasn't in it, I feel like I would still, somehow find my way back into wrestling, But yeah, man, it's just something I always wanted to do, and of course because of my dad as well.
All right, before you main event shows, before you win championship, main event WrestleMania, all that, you got to go to wrestling school. So what's like the experience there for you, and like taking your first bump and all that?
It was pretty fun, man. Well, not really. It wasn't fun. I don't know what I'm talking about. I threw up my second day in. My trainer it was like on me. Well, my thing wasn't like it wasn't like a wrestling school or anything. It was just this guy that was training me. So it was like a one-on-one training thing. So when you're in the school, you will go ahead and do a drill or whatnot, and then somebody else will come in, then somebody else, and it would be like a group of 10 people, and it gives you time to rest, For me, it was just one-on-one with this guy that was training me, so I didn't have any time to rest. I was just going, and at some point, he just made me throw up, man. So yeah, man, it was pretty rough, but eventually, I started catching on and whatnot, and yeah, man, that first bump is gonna suck.
Yeah.
But after that, you're gonna get used to it, man. You're gonna be like, okay, you're not gonna like them, but you're gonna get used to just taking bumps and whatnot. But yeah, man, this wrestling school is pretty cool. At first, I was training with that guy, and then from there I went to Booker T's, and then from Booker's, that's where I started learning a lot more and whatnot. But yeah, man, they're gonna try to. I know wrestling's weird. They try to make you not want it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you do want it, they're like, okay, show us how much you want it, And the way they're gonna do that, they're gonna push you and push you and push you and push you to the point where you're like, okay, I might not want to do this anymore. This might not be for me, Yeah. But it's up to you to be like, hey, this is something I want to do. This is my passion. This is what I love, So if you show them that, you're gonna get their respect, and then you're gonna, stick around for a lot more.
Actually, my first bump. Okay, so technically I have it, and my first bump, I remember it was at actually Booker's school, and I took my first bump, and it was absolutely horrible. And then Booker was like, "Do it again," and I was like, "God dang it, I don't want to do this." And then after that, then I was like, "Okay, I can actually get used to it." So now that I actually taken my first bump, it's not as scary. So
yeah, it's not too bad. Eventually, for me, I've taken them so much that my lower back hurts now when I take them, and then my elbows would hurt or whatnot. But the first couple of them won't really hurt. You'll start getting used to them and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's just all about keeping that head tucked up. A lot of people make the mistake of letting the head go back, and that's the problem. You can hit the back of your head, you can hit your neck and whatnot. So you just gotta be careful when you take those bumps, brother.
Yeah. So this next question is gonna just be kind of just whatever, but promos, because a lot of people are gonna, like me, I'm probably gonna have trouble cutting promos. So what do you think is like the best advice for that and all that?
Oh, that was the worst for me, man. Especially because when I was in school, I was kind of like quiet, kind of to myself.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really comfortable, talking in a group of people or in front of a group of people. And yeah, man, it was a little weird. I remember I even took like what's that class in school where like I forget what it is, where like something where like fuck. I mean, I can't say that. I'm sorry. There's a class in school. It was like speech class and whatnot, where like they'll make you like talk in front of people, and you have to like give them like presentations or kind of just talk. So I had that for a while, and I remember the first time I went up there and I had to like talk in front of people. I was dying, man. I was like, oh, okay, this is the worst. Like I was like, I was like stuttering through my words and whatnot. I was like, oh man, this sucks so much. But in a weird way, I feel like talking at school is a lot harder than like talking in front of people, because in a way, like when you're in school, people look at you and they're like just constantly judging you. I feel like you're just getting judged, like you're out there talking, and the people are looking at your shoes, they're looking at your shirt, they're looking the way you're talking, they're looking at the way you're laughing and whatnot. And yeah, I feel like high school kids and middle school kids are way more. I don't know. They judge you a lot more than people in wrestling. And then, but with wrestling though, cutting a promo I think is a lot easier. The way that I made it easier for myself was, okay, this is what I mean. Like, when I go out there and I'm talking, I'm like, okay, I'm not Gino. Like, I'm not the one talking out there. It's Gino. So I guess you kind of put like a little comfort zone there where you're like, okay, you guys can't really judge me because that's not really me. So that's my advice to you, kind of like when you're out there or cutting a promo and whatnot, just kind of think about it that way. Like, okay, I'm portraying a character right now, and this is a character that I'm showing you. So I guess that kind of helps you out a little bit, help me out, And also you Will and Regal said it a bunch of times, but one of the best ways to practice promos is just talking in front of the mirror, man. Talking in front of the mirror, seeing the way you talk and whatnot, seeing what works best for you, what face works best for you. You watch The Rock had all the facials.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty sure he tried that a lot, just talking in the mirror, cutting promos in the mirror and whatnot. So yeah, man, it's gonna take a lot of it does take a lot of confidence, but I know you'll get it in there. You'll be fine. I feel like.
Yeah. Michael Tarver said, because we were at one of the training class, and Michael Tarver said like he feels more comfortable talking to like in front of like 16,000 people, so like a Raw, than he was at like 20 people at an indie show. It was very weird. So.
Yes, especially there because you can't really like when you're on Raw, you can't see everybody's face.
Yeah.
But if you're in an indie show and you see all those 20 people's face, you're just like, oh my God, they're just looking at me,
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's different when it comes to that. But yeah, man, that's very true. It's a lot easier when the group is smaller.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot harder when the group is smaller.
Well, this is like, it's whatever. This question's like the 21st century, so like it doesn't really matter if you do this or not, but like, in my opinion, I should do it. So like a workout routine, basically. So like, what's your workout routine? So I can just get advice from that.
Oh, yeah. So what I try to do, I try to look up some workouts online and what.
Yeah.
So I try to like depending on what body part I'll work that day, I'll look up some workouts and whatnot, and I'll stick to that for a couple of weeks, and then I'll switch it up,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there's a lot of websites out there that help you out with that. It's like bodybuilding.com, I believe, and then Muscle Farm. Muscle Farm posts a lot of their workouts. So for me, I was like the Muscle Farm workouts are pretty good always. But yeah, man, what you want to do, you always want to maybe work 2 body parts a day, and then from there you go on. Like let's say Monday you do chest and triceps, and then you work out chest and triceps, and then Tuesday you work out back and biceps. So you like back and biceps that day, and then Wednesday you can do like legs, and you work out legs.
Yeah.
And then Thursday you work out your shoulders. So you work out your shoulders and whatnot. And then you start all over. You start doing, chest and triceps on Friday. And then, yeah, you just go from there, man. You just kind of just keep switching it up, The thing with the body, it gets used to, like, whatever we're doing. And so when it gets used to a workout, what you got to do, you got to switch it up, I don't know if that's any help, but that's what I do. I can try to send you some workouts from Muscle Farm, and you can steal them from off of it.
That sounds good. This is kind of the last question. It's not really like an important question, but just ring gear basically. So like, how did you think of your ring gear?
So when I first started, I wore a mask and stuff. Right. I was wearing a mask, and I was wearing like different gear than I wear now. So to me that was very cool, and I was designing myself because I was of that Spider-Man movie where Tobey Maguire is like drawing his costume. I don't know if you remember that.
Dude, I love that. I love those movies. I actually watched all 3 the other day, so that's pretty funny that you say that.
Yeah, they're so good, man. So I try to watch that, and then that I would think that was me when I was drawing my costume, but it wasn't me. So yeah, man. To me, that was very cool to like just draw my own mask and whatnot. Had a cousin that helped me out too, though. He was better at drawing than I was, so he was like, "Oh, I'll draw all your stuff out," and then he helped me out with that. But I don't know, man. Like I feel like with that part, it's kind of whatever you want to do, and then it's kind of like whatever makes calmer. Yeah. That's what you got to do, You can't really like. A lot of people try to like steal others' ideas or like look and whatnot, but I feel like if you want to stand out, you got to do whatever Connor wants to do. Yeah. So if Connor wants to, I don't know, have a crown or something, go ahead and get a crown. If you want to have some crazy, remember those like rider tights?
Yeah. Those tights were so weird, bro.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like trunks and then tights on the other side. But man, if you want to do that, go ahead and do it, man. Like, it's just up to you. It's whatever you want to do, and it's whatever's gonna make you stand out. So you have a lot of freedom when it comes to that. And then yeah, man. But here's a question for you now, though. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? Tom Holland or Tobey Maguire?
It's Tobey, bro. It has to be Tobey.
Oh no, we can't be friends anymore. We're done with this.
Okay, Tom is actually good, but like Tobey is like my childhood out here, so I feel like.
Yeah.
But I like Tom Holland a lot, though. The worst is obviously Garfield, so it's okay. We can all agree on that.
I like Garfield as well, though. I don't know. I really like the first Spider-Man movie, and the second one. They got me when Gwen died. I was like, oh no. They got me with that. But to me, I really like Tobey as well because I grew up watching them. But when you think about the Spider-Man character and somebody that best,
I definitely agree on that though. That Tom is probably the best that fits.
Tom Holland. Yeah, and he's just very charismatic and whatnot. So like, you just watch him and you just want to see more of him.
Yeah. So. Basically, this last question is just how is it like training with Booker and at his school and all that?
It's a lot of fun, man, because I don't know. I think a lot of people are scared of Booker, and yeah, he's very intimidating when you think about it.
He was very intimidating when I saw him. He was very.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's always really nice. He's always been really nice to me. He's always like trying to help me out and whatnot. So like. Think about it this way, though. He has his own wrestling school. And he said before, he's like, I don't have to do this. He doesn't have to have a wrestling school. But that's his choice to have a wrestling school because he wants to help people out. He wants to help the new generation, go for their dreams and whatnot. So when you think about it that way, you're like, okay, he's not that bad, He's wants to help you out, And he's always giving me a lot of good advice. The thing with Booker and it's a wrestling school is like he'll tell you like, hey, this is not a wrestling school, this is a performing arts school. So basically, he's telling you that he's showing you all the different types of the way that you can, be a showman, that you can perform out there, He's not gonna teach you the wrestling. He's not gonna teach you wrist locks. But he's gonna teach you how to, make the people care about you.
Yeah.
He's gonna like make you like. Do you ever go to a wrestling show and then like one guy, whoever it is, whether it's Sammy or Bear Brown or Andy Dalton or whatever, but you watch this one guy and you're like, I don't know why I like this guy.
Yeah.
But I really like him. But then you look at the guys in the next match and you're like, okay, I don't like this guy. But then you think about the guy in the last match and you're like, I really like this guy, but I just don't know why I like him, That's what Booker's going to teach you. He's going to teach you those little small things that you can do to, get that reaction out of people where they're like, okay, this guy's really good. Whether you like him, whether, you're going to boo him or whatnot, you're going to like that guy. You're going to get a reaction. You're going to feel something, Booker's going to make you go out there and not just wrestle, but make people feel stuff.
Yeah.
And then everybody always talks about that with Booker, though. John Cena talks about Booker, saying that, about Booker making them a better performer just by, performing better and kind of showing them those little secrets and whatnot that he knows that's worked for him. And, yeah, man, Booker has tons of knowledge. He's tough, but, nothing too bad. Always going to be, pushing you to make you better.
Yeah. All right, that's all the questions here. Thank you for all this. I will definitely take all this advice, really. And the main one I wanted to talk about was promos because I felt like that was going to be like the most trouble with me. So appreciate it.
What are you nervous about with the promos?
I don't know. I here's the thing. I'm not a shy person whatsoever, but like talking in front of people like with a microphone just sounds weird to me. But like I will definitely take like the mirror advice and all that. So
yeah. Well, like I said, I think about it that way. Like they're not like getting Connor out there. They're getting a side of Connor, or they're getting Connor's alter ego and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I guess in a way you do put up, I don't know, a front in a way where they kind of don't know that it's you, but if you want to give them a character always, Yeah. And then I don't know, man, you just gotta like talk and then kind of get used to talking in front of people and like, oh, it'll be all right, you'll be fine. If you ever want to practice some promos, send me some promos. I'll give you some feedback.
Sounds good.
But yeah, man, just I know something that somebody said once was like, hey, try to cut this promo. So go look for a Rock promo or like a John Cena promo or I don't know, somebody's Triple H's promo or something.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, and then try to do that promo yourself.
Yeah.
And see the way that it looks, you doing it. And see if you can get into character or whatever character they were doing and whatnot. And then those are like a lot of good reps that you can try out.
Alright, sounds good. Thank you all for watching this interview. Make sure to check out Gino at Reality of Wrestling. He is a really good wrestler out here. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. And do you have anything to say, Gino?
I just gotta say whoop whoop.
Alright, peace guys.